Hey everybody, and welcome to an insane wild ride with Steve-O. We've got Aaron Carter, and I gotta say, he's out of his mind. This is every bit as wild as all of the other interviews you've seen him do, and maybe even crazier. Plus, we get unbelievable scoops. Like, I think this one's gonna have a lot of news articles. But I tell you this from the road on my bucket list tour, sitting in front of what I believe is a $1.7 million tour bus. We are living in absolute luxury right now. But I gotta say, I'm going without some things that I do not like to go without. Namely, I don't have any liquid death in the fridge. And that is a problem because I love liquid death. What is it? It's sparkling and still water from the Alps that comes in infinitely recyclable 16-ounce tall boy cans, which are made to look like beers. This company has the best sense of humor out of any company ever. You gotta follow them on Instagram just to see the crazy things they post. And they donate 10% of their profits to ridding the world of plastic, man. They're out here to save the world, and they're out here to make you a healthier person, and they're just awesome, dude. I love Liquid Death, and it bothers me I don't have one in my hand right now. But you can have them in your hand if you go to liquiddeath.com/Steve-O. And you know what that's going to get you? Free shipping on any order of water or merch. And do you know how crazy it is that they're doing that? Water's heavy, man. And they're giving you the shipping for free just to get this cool water to your house. So go to liquiddeath.com/Steve-O. Get that free shipping on all orders of merch and water. And enjoy just supporting good people from a good company. Now, let's get into it. All right, man. Can I get a Liquid Death over here?
Certainly.
What is that? Water, right?
Yeah, it's just water, man.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sparkling or non-sparkling?
Sparkling, actually, please.
Yeah, dude.
I like sparkling water.
Sparkle 2 sparkle. Stand those down.
Are you a sparkly guy?
Yeah.
I like sparkles myself.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Carter. Yeah, dude.
What's up, man?
You are a wild man on a wild ride.
That seems pretty accurate.
Dude, so the last time I saw you would have been when you were on Dancing with the Stars, is that right?
Yeah, and then we did like a little cameo thing with the Giant with the WWF or something like that.
Oh, okay.
We were both there, and I think that's when you actually got like truly injured.
Oh, wow.
You were there that night?
Yeah, I got slammed by the Giant.
Oh, shit.
Wow, dude, I
got
didn't know
picked
you were
up
on
and
that
slammed
show.
by
Andre the Giant? No.
Yeah, and
Andre.
we saw each other like briefly backstage, but it was like
Wait,
2 seconds.
Were you talking about Umaga when he fucked you up?
I got fucked up.
When Umaga and then the Giant did it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how was that for you?
That was 2006 when I was in the ring
Yeah,
for WWE.
that was same time. It was painful. Like you think it's like not real, but I mean, you got a 300-400 pound guy, regardless if they're like pretending, it's still fucking.
Yeah, damn.
It still hurts, man.
And what? That's 06. I mean, how old are you then? Like
Dancing with the
16?
Stars was way after that. I was on Dancing with the Stars in 2009.
How's that for you?
Dude, I don't want to talk bad about it because they were
I
wonderful
understand.
people.
Yeah, no.
But my experience was terrible.
my experience was pretty terrible too, because I didn't realize how much work actually you had to put in.
Yeah. I mean,
Like all the dancing and practicing?
Yeah, they like for me when I did it though. I don't know about you, but for me when I did it, the dances were already a minute and a half, and they shortened the time for dances as the seasons progressed.
I think I feel like I only had a minute to do a minute.
And then on Mondays we would have to do 2-minute dances and 2 of them.
It wasn't
Shit.
that.
And then I stole Karina Smirnoff, my partner, from the other guy on the show, Maxim Smirkovsky.
Oh, you hooked up with her?
Yeah. I basically stole her like from him, and then they broke off their engagement, and then Karina and I just didn't click, and then we were about to win, and then she got mad at me because I basically didn't want to be like with her, and was like stomping my feet on purpose during live performances with those heels, and I was
epic, man.
Like she was just, and she would like knee me in the balls real quick, like like
on
she was
the show.
Yeah, because she just didn't want to be on it anymore with me, and she was mad, and she's Russian, and then I ended up dating a Russian later, and oh my god, like Russian women, they're so beautiful, but man, they will slice your throat open.
Have you ever revealed that, or is that an exclusive for the Wild Ride?
That I got a lot of only exclusives just for you guys.
Yeah. I love it.
You guys, you reached out to us to be on the podcast, and
I was super surprised. I was super stoked. I was also super surprised because I wonder if you know this, but I got into tattooing, right? I became a tattoo artist like a couple years back.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah.
I'm a very big fan of you.
Oh, Dave, well, thank you,
Since the
man.
very beginning, though. Because I'm 33, and I've been doing this for 26 years. So
I appreciate
I've been watching
that
you
so
from
much.
the very beginning. I know about clown school, everything about it, but go ahead.
So I get into tattooing a couple years ago, and it was right around the time when you got this crazy face tattoo.
Yeah, Medusa.
And I saw that you were following me on Twitter, so I hit you up. I was like,
"You did?"
Yeah, I hit you up. I hit you up on Twitter. Said,
I missed it.
I said, yo, dude, I'm really good at tattooing. I even included in the DM like my portfolio to show like that I was actually doing good tattoos. I wasn't like trying to tattoo your face or anything, but I was like, yo,
I promise you, if you had your tattoo gear here, I would let you do a tattoo on my face.
We might
we'll come back. Yeah,
we might want to come back.
No, for real.
Well, but the thing was that when I sent the DMs, then all of a sudden I was unfollowed by your Twitter account. So I don't know. I thought that I had offended you or somehow. Like I was, and then
that's kind of strange.
Here's what a sensitive little petty bitch I am. I'm like, oh, he unfollowed me, I unfollowed him. So I thought we weren't bros anymore.
But you're like, you know what? Fuck Aaron Carter.
Stupid ass Twitter.
And then you reach out to be on the podcast. I'm like, fucking right on, dude. I would love to give you a tattoo. I don't know if I feel comfortable tattooing your face, but then again, my philosophy about tattooing is that I only want to work on people who are already pretty fucking tatted up, so that the stakes are low.
Yeah, well,
and your face qualifies.
Yeah, sure. I got my fiance's name here. I got the 3 moons, crescent moons that represent, the 3 kids that I want to have. The love. This stands for lion. In Finnish language, because I'm Scandinavian, Finnish, like the,
Well, you said love, and that's the name of your...
That's the name of the brand, but see, the way it's spelled actually means lion. So that's why I have the lion here. And
what do you mean the way it's spelled means lion?
That actually, and I did an album called Love, like this. I got the neck tattoo. And it was about a girl that I was dating that was my backup dancer that basically screwed me over, and she did my video and 14 weeks pregnant. She was 14 weeks pregnant, and then she didn't want to have the baby. So, and then I wrote this album to her as like, all these songs, like, just kind of sending messages through music. I didn't think it would go anywhere really. And then I released a song called Fool's Gold and whatever. But back to, the whole Love brand. It's here, there. It's on my my clothing line. It's just in this industry you really have to be a lion, and I have a lot of trolls, especially since, which is really odd, since I've become I'm 4 years sober now.
California sober.
Cali sober, yeah. So only marijuana. That's it. So I'm Cali sober, and got away from the huffing duster and doing that, and it really ruined my body. I had to, and the neurons and things in my brain, and I learned so much about it. And I have to take gabapentin 3 times a day.
What's gabapentin? Gabapentin,
it's a neurontin that helps you with your receptors in your brain from the damage that you do. From
what happens if you don't take it? You have trouble like connecting words and.
Not necessarily, but what I did makes me a high risk seizure because I was doing huffing for like 10 years, you know, and hiding it from the world.
And
too,
yeah,
right?
I mean, I did nitrous, but you did computer duster.
Computer duster.
And that's just like
10.
never did that,
it's,
Steve?
it's almost like
I
I don't
never
know
did
about
that.
nitrous, but I've done it maybe once or something. But like, I don't know. Have you ever tried that?
I
before?
didn't. I was already
Dude,
sober before I found out about the computer duster.
Good.
What's
Good.
the high feel like on that?
Believe it or not, I have no idea what the high from huffing computer duster is. But boy, can I tell you about the high of stepping onto a $1.7 million tour bus with 2 bathrooms, 6 bunk beds, a crate. I mean, dude, it's nuts. The luxury inside this thing is out of control, but I can't stand it because neither of the bathrooms is equipped with the Tushy Ace. And what is the Tushy Ace? Oh my lord. It is the most luxurious bidet that your butthole has ever heard of. This thing comes with a remote control that mounts onto your bathroom wall right next to your pooper, and you get on it, you push a button, and it warms up your butt to the temperature you desire. When you get done taking your dump, you push another button, and it starts blasting this refreshing stream of water onto your butthole. It's like power washing, power cleaning your butthole nice and clean. And then when you get done doing that, then you push another button and it starts, it blow dries your butthole dry. And then if you want to just take a piece of toilet paper to just wipe and see how clean your butthole really is, go ahead and do it. But it's not even necessary, which is the best thing about this product because it's like environmentally friendly, man. I only just learned about how toilet paper is really a leading cause of the world's demise. And that's why Hello Tushy is the brand to support, and your butthole's gonna love it. You cannot get more luxurious than the Tushy Ace. I'm telling you, and you can get 10% off of it if you go to hellotushy.com/Stevo. Hurry up while the holidays are popping, because if you want to get someone the most luxurious gift ever, it is the Tushy Ace. And again, you can get 10% off if you go to hellotushy.com/Stevo. I have always said Tushy's my favorite sponsor of this podcast, and I always mean it. So one more time, go to hellotushy.com/Stevo and treat your butthole and the buttholes of the people you love to the Tushy Ace. Now let's talk about huffing computer duster.
It's like 15, 20 seconds and you go right back to normal.
But you're like,
But it's the craziest euphoric like high in the world, and it's like you don't really like.
is it like
you
wah
do
wah
it-
wah 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 wah?
Yeah, and it's really bad, and it ruined my insides and all this stuff, and then so. I dealt with a lot of death. My sister, she had just died, my full blood sister, from a drug overdose, and then my dad died a few years later, and went through some trauma. I released the album, and the year I released the album was the year that I went to Aloe House Rehab Center, and I had already been to Betty Ford twice. And
This is 2018 when you released that album?
2018, yeah,
okay.
2018, yeah. So that's when I released it. And then I'm in rehab, and then I'm signed to Sony, and I kind of just ruined everything for myself because of the disease of addiction, and it was really sad, dealing with that. Not a lot of people who if you haven't been to rehab, it's really hard to understand or see through somebody who is actually an addict or currently using addict.
I don't know. I think it's kind of evident to a lot of people if somebody's loaded. I'm so jealous of this.
You haven't been able to think about anything since.
My girl Wendy from Peru is cheating on me right now with Scott Randolph.
That's how I feel about Zelda.
Dude, she loves Scott. God. So when we were in your house, and dude, thanks for all the gear from your clothing line and the house tour, and showing me your assault rifle and jumping off your fucking your roof.
Yeah.
I mean, that was quite the whirlwind tour you just gave us. And when we were in the house, he said that you bought it like a number of years ago at a
Bought
time.
this house exactly a year ago
Okay.
for $620, and now the area has gone up, so it's selling for $950 right now.
That is what's happening with real estate. I'm kicking myself that I haven't done
House flipping.
This
house
area is
flipping.
booming, and a lot of people kind of put shade on the Lancaster Palmdale area. But guys, like I can ride 10 feet and then go into 40,000 acres of legal riding trails and suicide hills and all kinds of whoopty doops
For like dirt biking
yeah,
or
for
four-wheeling
my dirt
and shit.
biking,
Yeah.
four-wheeling, and my ATX that I have.
Is that why you chose to live out here?
Well, I did this show called Marriage Boot Camp with my mom, and I got like $200,000, paid my agents, paid my mom money, and I had like 120 left over. So I was about to go like buy a Lamborghini or something stupid, and I was living in like an apartment, and my mom fucking, excuse my language, but can I cuss?
Yeah, for
Oh, okay.
sure.
Fuckity fuck. No, so she rips up the check, and she's like, no. And I was like, why'd you do that? I want my Murcielago right now. And she's like, you're buying a house. I went and I bought a house that was actually across the street from here. And I bought that house for $420 and then sold it for $620 2 years later after being my first time. So when you're a first time homeowner, and this was the first house I ever bought in my career or anything.
Wow.
Surprisingly, because, I made a lot of money, but I never made the right decisions and didn't have the right guidance either. And so, I purchased this house. My mom's like, we're going to move out to Lancaster because when we lived in Florida, we used to come out to the Mojave Desert, and it's close to the Mojave Desert and all that. So we come out here, and she's like, purchase this home, and I got it for $420 and had to hold on to it for 2 years before you can
Capital gains.
yeah, correct, and capital gains, so you can take houses and flip them immediately. So now,
Oh, so that's a rule to prevent
If
people.
you sell it
Yeah.
before, they'll tax you like 20% on like.
you
the home
actually
sale.
legally can't.
That's just for the first
they-
time you buy a house?
No.
Or
For a
every time?
first-time homeowner, you have to have it for 2 years.
Oh,
If you're going through a hard money loan, and I was going through a hard money loan with a 12% interest rate because my credit was messed up, and 3 years of taxes weren't paid, and all this stuff. So I had to get all this stuff squared away before I could even buy a house.
Yeah.
And,
3 years of taxes not paid. Like that's pretty close to the cusp of like pulling a
Wesley Snipes.
the situation.
Oh, right. But
Yeah,
no, the situation was, I think, worse.
I had to file for bankruptcy when I was in 2014 because my parents didn't pay my taxes when I was 12, 13, and 14. And before I turned 18, I grossed about $500 million.
But whoa, say that again. $500 million by the time you're how old?
18.
Fuck.
Because I've sold 75 million records.
That's grossing.
Yeah. It's
So,
not net.
so,
Yeah,
and like,
yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
100%.
crazy how you can earn a lot of money and it all just goes away.
Yeah.
And so the
it
taxes
is
on
crazy.
that's like what, 200
I
million?
mean, if you're making that much money, you're gonna lose.
38% taxes.
38.
Yeah, something around there.
I always
Right.
Tax
ballpark it at 50%.
Yeah, that's smart.
Just
That's
keep it
smart.
in your head like only 50% is mine.
Yeah,
Well,
I gotta
here-
keep it in my head, absolutely, especially because
Yeah.
we're in California, and then like,
Well, here's what I'm gonna do is now I'm either gonna sell this home and get the price that I want, or keep this home, pull the equity out, and purchase a house in Colorado. Now I got all my taxes squared away, everything, so now I can get a 2.8 interest, HRA loan, and I can, have my primary residency in a place like Colorado, not Vegas. A lot of people go to Vegas because of the taxes. That's
Yeah.
why they go to. But I'm gonna go to Colorado and get like this big 48-acre beautiful ranch.
What part?
Yeah, because
What part of
what
Colorado?
part? I've been looking to like Telluride and
Cool.
in areas like that.
Sounds
And,
peaceful. More
Yeah.
peaceful than Vegas, probably.
well, yeah, I'm not into strip clubs. I'm not into stuff like that.
Vegas is tough.
I'm more of a southern boy.
I wonder if you've got T-Pain beat, because we were talking to T-Pain about how he blew through $30 million and then like got to a point where he couldn't afford a Whopper.
Wow.
And you're telling
I've gotten
us-
there multiple times.
Right. So
I've T-pained
so
over and
you're-
I'm
over.
talking about like hundreds of millions of dollars. gone.
Three-pained.
Like, but the thing was, unfortunately, and my dad's not here, but my mom's alive, man. I love you, Mom. I know you'll watch this, but like, they didn't handle things correctly.
your mom was your manager.
My mom is not my manager.
She was, though.
She was, yeah,
Right.
she was. So she left the job of the business management accounting to my dad, and
Okay.
he messed it up, and he wasn't putting the 15% of the Paul Peterson Coogan law money into my account.
Paul Peterson Coogan Law.
So Paul Peterson was an child actor that created the law, Coogan Law, that makes you have to put 15% of your children's money if they're actors, singers, whatever,
Why, just
into
in
an
case?
account. Well, yeah.
Well, because parents end up blowing all that money because the parents
just like they
take
did to
hold
me.
of it.
Otherwise, when I turned 18, I would have been left with nothing and then been basically like a slave.
Did you see what they spent it on? Were you what the
legally,
fuck is...
Of course I did. My dad bought 4 different race boats that were worth millions of dollars. He was a professional race boat driver. We had 4 tour buses, H3 Prevos. We had 15 golf carts. We had over 45 cars, 50 dogs, 3 yachts over 70 feet, a football field.
Did you talk to them about
15 houses. My Cribs episodes, 15 houses. Like,
wait, you did
that's
Cribs
like a whole
with
Cribs
15
season.
houses?
Yeah, 15 houses. Yeah.
Wait, how close together were they?
Well, they were all of our neighbors' houses, and my dad wanted to create a compound, so he just made a bunch of noise until they kicked out.
Wow.
It was a G.
So wait,
That's a G
back to
move.
this Freddy Krueger law. Like,
Paul Peterson.
okay, Paul Peterson Kruger.
Coogan.
Coogan. Okay.
Coogan law.
They made a law so that like to limit the amount of a child star's money the parents can blow to 85%.
Right. You can only blow 85% of your kids'
you can only steal 85% of your kids' earnings.
It's crazy. And you know
Yeah.
what? I actually have been petitioning and working on something called the Carter Law, which actually makes you have to put 30% of the kids' money into an account, and then they get it in increments, 18 and then 25, and they have to graduate certain business-type schools in order to gain their money.
Whoa.
So they know how to manage their finances, so they're going to pull it
That's
like they're
that's not a bad idea.
Especially the incremental, because like
Yeah,
you hand
increments,
an 18-year-old like,
You don't just
here's
give them
$30
$5
million.
million.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
I blew through $5 million in like a year.
Yeah. It's crazy
Yeah,
how
2
quick
years.
you can spend. I think I heard about Mike Tyson, like one year he made $400 million, but he spent $500 million that year or something like that. That's
I
crazy.
think that Mike, it was more of a $300 million situation across the.
Gnarly.
But
That's insane. I
Yeah.
mean, I
It's hardcore.
where does
Okay.
it go? Like, you know?
tell me about this Aaron Carter law, because I'm very interested in that. I think you're onto something.
I think so too. I
Where
do.
like you the child star earning millions of dollars, and then they have to do certain things to unlock.
Like a
Correct.
accounting 101 class at the
Of
local
course.
community college.
Right.
Exactly. How brilliant is that really? Because I'm speaking from personal experience. So if I look at things in retrospect and I say, okay, I'm 18 years old, I have $6 million waiting for me. Give me $2 million, and then by the time 25 comes along, 7 years later, then I have to take 3 months of business finance schooling in order to learn about 401ks, Social Security, and housing and proper investments. So then by that time, okay, you blew your money, but then 25 comes along and you're like, okay, I messed up. I learned. Now I need to buy a house.
Oh, you got
Right.
to
Now
redo
you-
almost.
I mean, the tough part for that is that once someone's 18, they're an adult.
fuck
They can do
you.
whatever they want.
Yeah, they'll sue you
But
for
when
that
you're
money to be
25,
like,
things
I'm
are
not going to
different.
school.
Yeah.
But imagine it being put out in 3 different, 18, 25, and 30. So in
I mean, if you're
Yeah,
gonna
3
do that,
readers.
you might as well keep it staggered out. I would be super stoked to.
but it would
sign
also
up
be
for that.
making them money if it was put in a proper
Right.
accounts, because it would be gaining interest while they're waiting for
Right.
it.
When people join the NFL and I think certain other sports leagues, they like make them take classes.
Do they really?
Just because athletes, it's like an epidemic of
option.
people going broke.
Oh,
They don't
yeah.
have to. I think
I think they might have to.
Isn't
There's-
Shaq doing something like that too? We talked
there-
about that with him.
Right, there's
was
this
big on it.
crazy documentary called Broke, which is just about athletes that made hundreds of
I
millions of
gotta watch
dollars.
that. That sounds good.
The statistics are insane, where like 90% of NBA players are completely broke within 5 years of their NBA career ending.
Wow.
Sounded like whatever.
Wow.
I'm maybe getting it wrong, but
Well, I mean, I think I am onto something when it comes to that, and it's something that's It's for them, and it's a part of my legacy too. You know what I mean?
What was
So-
I seem to recall there was something where you were telling Justin Bieber like to be careful, like with that, you know, like you can lose it all, and you were kind of trying to be a mentor, and then he got like kind of nasty with you. Justin Bieber, he is a successful man, but you know what? I'm getting pretty successful too, and so can you. How? Become your own boss of an e-commerce empire. How do you do it? One word, baby. ShipStation. What's that? That's this one place where you use one interface to bring all of your shipping needs regardless of where you're shipping from. If you're using Amazon, your own website, Etsy, you name it, it's all brought into one interface, and you get like the rates that are saved normally for like Fortune 500 companies. You get the best rates for your shipping. And you know how I know this? Because the co-host of the Wild Ride podcast, Scott Randolph, runs my warehouse and my whole shipping operation. Could we do it without ShipStation?
God, no. You buy this shirt at stevo.com. We're going to buy the labels through ShipStation.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? These people are nuts. They love me so much, and they love you for listening to my podcast so much that they're going to give you a free 60-day trial. You don't even have to pay anything to enjoy the benefits of ShipStation. And how crazy are they to be giving you this offer with the holidays coming up? You sign up right now for free. You get to try this for 60 days. How do you do that? You go to ShipStation.com, and then you look in the top right corner of their website. There's a little microphone. You click that, you plug in the promo code STEVO, and you're off and running just in time to handle all of your holiday shipping needs, no matter how big or small your business is. And my business got pretty big. We use ShipStation. We only use ShipStation. And even if your business is tiny, you're still going to get better rates than anywhere else. It's going to be easier to use, and you're going to have a better, more successful operation. So don't turn down this offer. Go to ShipStation.com, hit that microphone in the top right corner, and type in the promo code STEVO. Get your 60-day free trial. That's 60 days of hassle-free, stress-free shipping, and just get successful like me and Justin Bieber. Yeah, dude, ShipStation. Make ship happen. Now, let's talk about Justin Bieber being a jerk.
Yeah, you know, Justin Bieber and I, we have a very peculiar relationship. Like, he hit me up on Instagram, and he was like, oh, you know, come over and hang out to my house. And I was like, actually, no, you can come over to mine. I got four-wheelers, and so I'm not trying to just sit around and look at artwork. You know, come over to my house. I got four-wheelers, ATXs, and bikes, and we can go ride around and actually, you know, have some fun, you know. And then...
When was that?
That was, you know, a year ago.
Okay.
So, and then there was an incident when he was being a little dickhead. I told him on Twitter, I said, if I see you, I'm going to punch you in your face. So...
How long ago was that?
Like, maybe like 6-7 years ago. I don't know, something like that. Like, he was doing...
So you guys are cool now?
No, we're not cool. We're not. No, we're
But he
not
invited
cool.
you over a year ago?
I'm his competitor, man. Like,
Yeah.
like,
But a year ago, he asked you to come over.
yeah. And I said no.
And so when's the last time you talked to him since then?
I don't really have anything to say to Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I don't. I, like, you know, he Scooter Braun. You know, it was very interesting because when I released my Love album, I did a Billboard article, and then the next day, after I hadn't been out with music for like 10 years, Aaron Rosenberg, Justin Bieber's entertainment attorney, was asked a question. Of course, he approves all the questions. You know how it goes. How did you get Justin Bieber to not turn out like Aaron Carter?
Wow.
And that was the question that was asked to Justin Bieber's entertainment attorney. And I was livid because I had just done a great article with them the day before about my coming back as basically like a new artist that's producing his music and not being puppeted and doing it himself. And that really hurt. That really hurt to see that. And to see like the boycotting, because there's this underlining smear campaign, cancel culture, troll boycott thing that we're all going through. Everybody that's in this industry, I'm sure you're going through it too. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, tell me to go fuck myself.
What,
But
getting boycotted?
smear campaigns, cancel cultures, trolls, people making up lies, doxing you. You know, now that I've started to really just get my life together, it's like I feel like people are trying to bring me back down to where I was before, and I'm not that person anymore. You know, I'm engaged. I'm about to have a baby on the way. You know, it's time to be a dad. And
It's literally like a matter of a couple days, huh?
what? Yeah. Literally. Mm-hmm.
What, for the baby to be born?
For
Yeah,
my
the baby
boy,
is due and
Prince is born.
Crazy.
Yeah, his name is Prince Michael Lyric Carter.
Prince Michael.
Congrats.
Dude, I'm wearing this Michael Jackson shirt.
Well, because Michael Jackson, I beat his Guinness Book of World Records when I was 10 years old for being the youngest male solo artist to have 4 consecutive singles in the top 10 Billboard charts.
Wow.
Michael Jackson then reached out to my mom and said, hey, I want to give your son the title of Prince of Pop. You can use that. My mom wrote a book called Prince of Pop, and then I did a song with Michael Jackson. He picked a handful of people, Luther Vandross, Celine Dion, Beyonce, Justin Timberlake, and me. And we did a song called What More Can I Give? And then I opened up with him in Madison Square Garden on September 9th and September 10th of 2001. And then we all left the morning of September 11th, and I saw the plane hit the building.
Like you're in a plane flying?
No. I was in a limousine. I was supposed to go on tour, and Michael invited us to go to an amusement park after the show. So I was in a limousine going to a private airport, and I was across the Hudson, and I was just standing there like thinking, oh, I remember this from like Home Alone, you know, and I was just thinking, you know, whatever. And then all of a sudden I see the plane hit, and about 4 seconds later I hear it. And it was crazy. And then so I saw Michael at the concert, and I go, hey, I'm going to get that jacket from you. He had that sparkly jacket on.
The red one?
No, the one that's made out of all Swarovski crystal that's worth like $35 million. Now, there's only 2.
That's the right one to ask for.
And I was like, I'm gonna get that fucking thing from you. He kind of giggled it off a little bit. Then I went to his birthday party, and you know, his 47th birthday party, and I literally just grabbed the cake and I smashed it in his face. I didn't care. I was like, I'm gonna treat you like a human being. You know what I mean?
Did you get the jacket?
Later that night, me, my brother, Rodney Jerkins, Michael, and Raffle, the executor of his estates, and we're all sitting down in his living room. And Raffles leans over to Michael and goes, hey, don't you have something for Aaron? Comes out, gives me the jacket. Nick gets so pissed off, he gets up immediately and leaves.
Wow.
Damn. And wait, this is
'cause now-
on 9/11? You were on
No,
your
wait,
way? Oh, no, you're on your way to the
this
airport.
was
This is
after that.
after 9/11.
Birthday
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this was just a matter of like 3 or 4 different incidents where we were
Right.
together doing
I
things.
see.
What was your take on like all the Michael Jackson documentary?
Leaving Neverland?
Yeah, was that the
Bullshit, man. Wade Robson, bro. Come on, dude.
one? I
Like,
mean,
I'm sorry, but I was there. I spent plenty of nights with Michael. I didn't see anything remotely close to that.
But
I saw nothing but respect and generosity.
What
you
was
want
it like
you want
to-
an exclusive?
Sure.
When I left Neverland, I came back because we used to live next door to Michael in San Ynez. We have a ranch out there, but not at this time. I leave, get in the limo after his birthday party, ride his dirt bike around. I smoked weed with Michael.
wow.
Did he smoke a lot of weed?
Is there
I don't
footage
know
of
if he
Michael
smoked a lot
Jackson
of weed, but he
smoking
smoked weed,
weed?
yeah.
I've never heard of Michael smoking weed, actually. That's
Michael Jackson smoked
Surprising.
weed, and I smoked weed with him.
Nice,
a good one.
dude.
But here's the craziest part about all this. I get back to the Universal Sheraton, right? And my parents had 4 FBI agents and detectives there to talk to me. And they're like, did Michael do anything? Did he do anything? And I'm like, the fuck are you guys talking? Why are you
What
even
year was
here?
this?
Yeah, how long ago was that?
I mean, I don't even remember.
He was still alive, right?
Jojo, right? No, he remembers.
he was probably still alive. So.
yeah. He was.
Let's
he,
just
he,
assume.
he was,
Let's just assume.
he was struggling.
YouTube.
No, he was alive. But to be honest with you, no. But to be real, he was struggling, and we all know that.
Sure.
It's not
Sure.
new. It's not new news.
Well, how old are you at that time? Like 13 or like 18?
I was 16.
16.
15.
And you slept over at his place?
I stayed
Like
at
you
his place multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there other kids there at the time? So it's just you just hanging all day, stay the night.
Yeah, I mean, I think it got to a point where, because I literally, I'm pretty candid. I'll ask anybody anything. I don't give a shit, man.
Sure.
Like, whatever. I literally asked my sister, what's up with all this, like, little kid stuff going on with you? Like, why do they do that to you? He's like, I don't know, but all I try to do is reinstill myself into new generations so that I keep myself current. And I also never really had a childhood, so when I hang out with these kids, they give me a feeling of like, you know, fulfilling a void in my heart. He told me, and I was like, well, then why don't you keep doing it? He's like, because they won't stop prosecuting me. They won't stop. All these mothers, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, is when I left, my parents had FBI agents and detectives there to try to sue Michael. And I said, no, get the hell out of here to all of these fucking guys. And then they left. And then my parents were all pissed off because they wanted to do it on purpose. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sure, they wanted to.
I don't find that too.
Like your parents were interested in suing Michael?
So they wanted to sue him. They wanted to sue him because
they wanted to make up a lie because of what was going on with all the prosecutions.
And they thought that there would be like a
money grab.
Money. Yeah.
It's a money grab.
What do you do with Michael when you're just kicking it with him? Are you guys like smoking a joint?
Yeah, what's that stoner talk?
We went. Me, Michael, and Chris Tucker went riding around on 4-wheelers in the mountains for like 3 or 4 hours. You know, Michael jumped into his alligator pit and started swinging around his alligator tail in the middle of the day. Like, he was just a goofy, fun guy, man. You know, and if you treated him like a person, you didn't have, you know, you're not like starstruck or whatever. And people are people, man. Like, I've met everybody, you know. Like, I've had Elton John come to multiple concerts of mine, and I didn't even know at that time, you know. Like, my dad was best friends with Bruce Willis, like, you know, like he would come over all the time. I went to Rumors. Bruce brought me in to do Rumors Sweet 16, you know. It's just, I've met so many people that along the way, you know, that it's just, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I dated Mel B from Spice Girls for, you know, a few months.
Oh, I never knew that.
And we used to tour together when I was 9 and she was 20.
My girl loves the Spice Girls. Yeah, dude. So when you make $500 million
right,
and your dad doesn't even put 15% into a special account for you, is it like you made all this money and you didn't even get to blow it yourself, like other people blew it?
Well, I mean, that's $75 million that was supposed to go into my account. Not 5. What I got.
So,
so
is there ever any like legal action against like your parents?
No, because when all of a sudden 2014, 24, 25, 26 years old, I don't remember exactly, but I get hit with a bankruptcy or liens, and they garnish my wages, and I was like completely broke at the time, doing this off-Broadway show called The Fantastics for 2 years, trying to just rebuild my accountability as a performer. And then they garnished my wages. I only made $654 a week, $80 a night, and then they garnished that. And in New York City, I was only making $312 a week, and then my lawyer Jan Michael Morris was like, you know, you're gonna probably get like on a chapter 11 or a 13 or something like that. He says, by the graces of God, you'll get a chapter 7, but it's probably not gonna happen. Which means I had to either pay 11. Chapter 11 would be 25 cents on the dollar. Chapter 13 is 50 cents on the dollar that you got to pay.
How much did you owe?
I owed over $8 million, and stemming from 2001, 2, and 3.
Damn.
So at 8,
when I was a little kid,
at $600 a week on Broadway, that's a lifetime to pay back.
At that point, I just was like, I'm screwed, and I called my brother Nick, and I asked him. I said, "Yo, can I have $1,500 to retain Jan to start this bankruptcy thing?" And Nick was like, "Oh, you got to go to therapy 3 times a week, and you have to pay for it yourself." And I'm like, "I can only make $300 a week. What do you want me to eat out of trash cans?" I said, "I already have to wait outside of a deli at 3 a.m. to wait for the guys to give me bacon." So, like, you know,
man.
And he said no. My brother said no, though. He was like, nah, you got to do this. And he's like, nah. And I was like, and he told me to rot in jail and hung up on me. And
man, so
and then I went to the courts, paid the money, got him taken care of on my own.
How'd you get the money?
I ended up getting a bonus that month. For if I sold out the whole show for the month, I would get $30,000. So I got $30,000, and then I had to pay for my sister's funeral and for that month and for my bankruptcy. And we go in, And my attorney, Jan Michael Morris, was like, hey, you know, all you have to do is get a judgment against your mom and dad. They'll go to prison. You don't have to pay a dime. I said I would never do that to my parents. I said I don't care what they've done wrong. They've given me this career, this life, and I'm going to do good things, and I'm going to rebuild my career. So I went to the judge personally. He's an incredible litigator, and I walked up, told him my story, and the judge was like, hey, just sign these papers, and it's not on you. And I said, nope. I told him right to his face. I said, I'll pay the 50 cents on the dollar. And he goes, because you said that, I'm giving you a Chapter 7. Bam, you have a full discharge. Everything is getting paid off for you for free. You don't owe anything. And
So
your
you didn't have to
credit
pay.
score goes back up to 700 because of what you just said to me.
So just a clean wipe. You're down to just
Because
0.
I told the judge I would never put my parents in prison.
Did you ever talk to your mom about it? Like, did she, like, what does she say about it? Like, about that era when all that money's coming in and
you know,
they're spending?
she didn't really have the time to account for it and do it because she was with me and I was a little kid, you know. I was preteen, teen, adult, you know, and she was with me the whole time. So it was my dad's job to handle the finances, not my mom's. It was never her fault.
Yeah.
Were you like, Dad, 3 yachts? 15
No, I was
golf
like,
carts?
never. My dad was a military policeman, and on my 18th birthday, I told him, he's like, oh, you owe me $300,000 of commissions after I got my trust fund money, and I told him no, and he pinned me down on the ground and took his .44 Magnum and shot it right next to my right ear, and I'm deaf in my right ear because of that.
Fuck.
That's what happened to me on my 18th birthday.
Are there
Gnarly.
any advantages to being deaf in your right ear?
No. Actually, maybe
You can't
one.
hear you right now.
Producing, like hi-hat frequency levels, like I can hear what they're supposed to sound like. So I'll plug this ear, and I can hear what they're like, kind of like supposed to be mixed, like so.
What, like
maybe
it
there's
cuts
an
out the
advantage.
high end or
sometimes
something?
my equilibrium gets a little off, and I run into things, you know, because it's gone, and then it makes it, and then I'm already have loss of hearing from fans and performing.
You said your Love album, you mixed it yourself.
I produced it. I wrote it. Andrew Wepper mixed it. Gene Grimaldi mastered it. I executive produced the project, and I funded it.
Gotcha. Okay. I was going to say mixing with only one ear would be fucking hard.
Yeah, I couldn't
Yeah.
mix it.
Yeah, I saw we put on like a YouTube video while we were driving here, and it just kind of randomly it showed you saying, you know, that like your dad fired the gun and your
Was it called Aaron Carter being psychotic for 10 minutes or something?
no,
Because
No,
there's no
wait,
video.
You watch those videos?
Hell no.
it was
Nah, man, they say things on when you're on live to try to get you to clip you, and they make their $14.28 a month and whatever. Just
right, exactly. Like, I mean, it was definitely like a hit job video. There's no question about that.
Right.
But,
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, they
My job video.
but they showed you saying I'm deaf in my right ear, and then it was like a photo sequence, like bum 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 bum, and it was all photos of you talking on the phone, like holding it up to your right ear, like presumably like hearing the call, like just so you can kind of hear in your right ear.
I mean, it's like 75% gone. So naturally, I'm a righty, so I do that.
Right.
But then usually I have to go to speakerphone.
Right.
So I usually talk on speakerphone all the time.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
you know.
Yeah, and dude, I'm not.
Yeah, they're
I'm-
always trying to like debunk things. Like I kind of alluded to the fact that you were coming here right before you got here.
Right, you said that they were telling you that.
Yeah, and they were like, "You're a liar. Steve-O ain't coming over there laughing my ass off." And everybody
What?
always
Dude,
thinks
that-
that
that-
they
why-
don't think
why
I
would
own
they?
my houses. Then I show them my deeds, and then they still don't think I own it. They don't think I own all my 4 cars, and I'm like, I show them that they don't. It's weird, like jealousy type of things. And
I mean, it's an impossible thing to be trying to prove it.
yeah, but
Like,
yeah.
you know,
Right.
oh, here's
Yeah,
the deed.
But I'm
Like,
the kind
I
of guy,
wouldn't
though,
even bother
bro,
with
that I'm a fire sign. So I'm born, December 7th. I'm a pure fire sign, double Cancer moon,
You're
and
gonna
I will
combat.
fight you to the
Yeah.
fucking death, and I will win. I will intellectually destroy you.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's no question.
I don't even have to use my hands.
There's no question whatsoever that you've definitely made some outrageous claims. Like, you know, and I like how you're candid about it. You say like, you know, I'm not particularly humble. I'm kind of narcissistic, and I deserve to be. I like that line. You know, it's like you've pulled off some awesome stuff in your life. You deserve to feel like you're the man, right? Isn't
well,
that?
I'll tell you why, Steve-O. It's because when you go so many years when you're out and you're down and people are laughing at you and humiliating you publicly, and it's in the kind of spectrum that we deal with, you know, with every type of individual you can think of. Once you do fix your life, right, like we did, we're proud of it, and we're
grateful for it.
Proud, grateful,
right?
I'm also very, I feel a lot more humble too, you know, as time goes on. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, don't disrespect me, because you don't know how hard the work was for me to get to where I am today.
Sure.
And so, yeah, I am proud of these things. Yeah, I am proud because without you guys, also, I wouldn't be able to have this stuff. The fans are
Sure.
our boss. They're our family, but they're to me, and they're our bosses, you know, because they pay us.
Right.
You know, so I want to show to them, hey, look, I've worked really hard the last 4 years to change my life around. I've stayed clean and sober off of huffing every single day since I graduated from rehab, being there for 90 days. And that's something that I find that, you know, the general public or media doesn't shine light on. They want me to be the villain. I'm naturally a villain, so you don't have to piss. I have a nickname. They call me the Joker, right? Because I've been bullied so much, right? So I'm the Joker, bro. If people want to play with me, you want to play with my emotions, I'm going to paint my face, and I'm going to show you who's boss. I'm going to scare the shit out of you, because you pissed me off. And people on Instagram Live and all these platforms, they're being pussies, man. They're not doing anything about it. They're acting like they're ignoring it when they really need to be calling out these people and holding them accountable.
I think that what I'm hearing from you is a good, strong argument for just not paying attention to like comments and stuff. Because people like you and I, we have enough people following us that of course there's gonna be people talking shit in there. Like if I'm never gonna win if I go through reading all the comments.
No, I don't read that. It's more so when I like go on Instagram, you know, and then the live comments, and I'm like listening to my music, and I'm trying to promote something, and then they're on there saying, "Oh, you look like you have AIDS, or you're dying, you're a crackhead, you're huffing again," you know, and then you know, that's tough. And it's back to back, all from these smear campaign bot accounts. Okay. But you know what I'm talking about with the bot accounts.
I don't really do lives, but what I do.
But if you did, you'd see.
What I do now is I go in the live chat for when we premiere the episode of the podcast on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So,
that'd be cool if you went on the live chat for this one when it premieres.
I will.
That'd be cool.
Absolutely, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Do you have a book coming out soon?
Still working on it, but I actually changed my formula of how I want to do it. So the way I want to write my book is I want to write it with my bare hands and my handwriting.
Damn.
From me personally, and then have that published with actually my handwriting.
Damn, cool. Dude, my hand would get so sore.
It's going to be tough, but I think it's going to be a very different. Like, I don't know, what's your take on that?
That's kind of cool.
I would be okay with that. However, like you know, there's so much edit. I just finished my second book, and I think that the only way to accomplish what you're talking about would be to work it out, you know, finalize it with the editor, and then once you've got the final manuscript, then write it.
Yeah, agreed.
Because you don't want to like try to.
Actually,
so
that's
people
brilliant.
are going to be reading it in cursive or whatever.
Yeah, how good is your handwriting?
However I write. Yeah,
how good is your handwriting?
I'm a mixture between like cursive and like regular. Me too. That's how both of us are.
It's kind of cool though because you can
our
draw
generation.
shit.
That's kind of how we are. Like, I don't know. Like girls got good cursive, but not dudes. You know?
Yeah.
So while we were driving here, Paul looked you up on Spotify, and what was the one that was like a really recent track?
91 million, bro. I was like,
91 million,
no
dude. Put
way.
it there, dude. That's sick.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Thank you, bro.
That's off of one album.
No,
one song. One song streaming on Spotify.
And that's just on Spotify. That song has over 250 million on all platforms.
Phenomenal, dude. Congrats.
And,
so when did
and
that
I was blown away. I was like, I cannot believe this worked after going through all this hell and bankruptcy and off Broadway and, you know, making no money and waiting for bacon outside of a deli just to eat at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, because of starving. And I can't believe that I was able to write this love project, you know, and it was dedicated to a girl that I was madly in love with that didn't love me back, and she was my dancer for 2 years, and it was profound. I released a song called Fool's Gold, and she's actually the girl in my music video. And we did it on Valentine's Day. She also made me pay her $4,000 to do it. So, which was whatever. And then like one time I caught on, she told her friend on Facebook, friend's like, "Oh, why are you with Aaron Carter?" She's like, "It's good for my resume."
Wow. When did that song drop?
That song dropped in 2018.
So fucking A, man, that's killer.
Yeah. And then I still have an active 900,000 listeners a month.
Phenomenal.
Do you get paid good off Spotify, or not really?
No, I'm actually currently about to sue Sony for a lot of money because they owe me about $1.3 million. So Sony can expect their lawsuit soon.
That album came out through Sony?
Brad Paisley sued him for $12.3 million and won, so I'm going to hire Brad Paisley's attorney. See you soon.
There you go.
Do we want to air that?
Sure.
I gotta imagine.
I don't care.
I mean, I don't know that saying anything about a lawsuit is going to change the facts.
It's not defamation of character,
you know?
yeah. And it's the facts. I know the numbers, and I know the facts, and I know how many hats I wore in the project for, and I know what I'm entitled to. I've already done the math. I'm not stupid. I don't jump into a water unless I know how deep it is.
Literally.
We saw it. Yeah.
Well, especially at your house too.
Unlike this guy over here.
So you got a new single dropping.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go talk to Dr. Drew about it.
Yeah.
When's that?
Yeah. That's gonna be on Monday.
Monday. Dr. Drew's my bro.
Is he?
Why are you talking
Yeah.
to Dr. Drew about a single you're dropping?
It's a combo because it's got 4 years of sobriety.
And so
And
much
he's
to
putting-
say is about my siblings. It's about Angel and Nick and what they put me through, and 9 restraining orders, trying to get a 5150 on me.
Well, what's the status on all the restraining orders now?
They're gone.
They're gone. That's
Yeah,
cool.
the judges told him absolutely not. You're not getting. The first time they gave him a TRO. I got 9 restraining orders. They took 9 of my firearms away from me. 3 of my ARs, 2 of my shotguns, all my 9mm pistols, my my M1A 308.
Dude, we could make an insane episode of my tattoo show.
I would love to do it. I would
Dude,
love to do
come
it.
out here. We can ride bikes. We can shoot
Dude, did you
guns.
see
We'll talk about
Did you see
something
that
like-
AR? With
Yeah.
the idea, can you imagine melting it down? That's a substantial.
He wants to
that's a
melt
lot
down
of-
the gun and shove it up his ass.
You're not doing that.
That's a lot to fit up your ass. Huh? I get some of it in there.
Well, you know what? If it was up your butt, you know it.
Maybe a Glock, but not an AR.
Maybe a Glock.
Don't do it. Don't.
A
You won't
bazooka.
do it.
It just struck me now that wow, I might be trying to bite off more than I can chew.
No, I think the tattoo thing would be great, actually.
Yeah, dude,
And
I love it,
I
man.
actually want something else on the other side.
What do you
to
want?
match up.
All
Well, I
right.
wanted to get love and hate.
Do you want to tattoo?
Because
hate?
You're
here's
not
the
gonna
thing. Here's
hate.
the thing, though. If we only understood love, we wouldn't know what hate is. If
Right.
we only understood hate, we wouldn't know
All
what
right.
love is.
In the realm
Duality.
of the relative.
Very
It's
important.
Can't
yin
have
and yang,
love.
or we can talk about it, or it
Right.
can be something.
Maybe not love. Love, not love.
I don't know. I
keep it
think I'm
positive.
pretty much done with my face tattoos. Like I'm
Yeah, I mean, whatever,
loaded
dude.
up, and I see
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a lot of. Like,
There's other real
And here's
estate,
the thing:
too.
I'm not a SoundCloud rapper, bro. Like every album I release, sells millions. So like, it's just a part. I'm comfortable with my identity, and that's the name of my new album. It's called Identity. So back to Dr. Drew, it's so much to say is about them and all this stuff and about my siblings, and now it's actually like a country trap pop song.
That's cool.
So
Is that the
it's-
first of its kind?
I mean,
the
there's
first of
country
someone
trap.
doing like me of its kind.
There you go.
So, and then the rest of the record's it's all real things like saying how I'm not perfect. And there's another song called Apologize to My Family that I did. I mean, and now I just got to record them. I've been going through the project. I found an incredible producer, Morgan Matthews. My best friend, Brian Cassidy, is writing it. He's on house arrest right now, though, for written threat to kill, but he's writing it. So.
Shit.
Something to say is about your relationship with your siblings.
Yeah.
The restraining orders are gone.
Yep.
But I saw some pretty wild stuff with the accusations against your brother Nick.
Yeah.
And all the police reports and this. And
I backed it up, though. You know what? And you know what? To be honest,
Did anything come of that?
no, he couldn't sue me for cease and desist or slander. Because
Well,
of the
right.
truth.
No, I'm saying, did anything come of the accusations?
No, no. And you know what? Listen, when it comes to that, I don't like it. I don't like what I heard, what I seen, and what I saw. And, you know, I'm a mama's boy. And I just feel like that I backed it up with factual evidence. So it is what it is. But at the same time, I'm like, should I have done that? You know?
It's
Like,
an aggressive move.
But here's the thing. I was pissed. I was really pissed at Nick because for so many years he wanted me to get on my feet and buy a house and all this stuff. And when I did, he did not give me the words of affirmation or accolades. And he didn't say, I'm proud of you. And something as simple as that, coming from a family member, when you have such a broken family, it means a lot. And then also he, you know, just kind of just shunned me over like my whole adult life. You know, House of Carters, he faked a fight, you know. It was a fake fight.
What, on the show?
Yeah, do you ever see that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know how I know it's fake? And how everyone else should know? He had a blanket over his head and all the lights were on. And you claim to be sleeping with all the lights on and a blanket over your head and the camera filming you. And you're like, ah. You got all your lights on?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not how someone goes to sleep, brother. They go to sleep with the lights off.
Do you guys talk now? I mean, when was the last time you spoke
No, we
to
don't
him?
speak at all. The last time they spoke to me was horrible because they had the restraining orders and legally they could reach out to me and I can't reach out to them. I can't even respond in written. And this is what happens. 3 months later after the restraining orders on Christmas Day when they knew I was alone and I celebrate all my holidays alone, I'm lonely on Christmas Day, whatever, just watching Home Alone and I'm just trying to enjoy myself. And I get 2 emails back to back from Angel, who had a restraining order against me, and Nick. And then they said, oh, we love you so much. Merry Christmas. Time heals everything. Right? But that's what my brother said to me after he said, oh, allegedly, you know, Aaron wants to kill my wife and unborn baby. And then takes pictures of me unloading my guns out of my car at my last address and then takes it into court and says, and has his attorney say, look at Aaron's in Vegas unloading his guns. And then my attorney goes, Your Honor, Aaron's address is in the back of the picture in California. And so it's such a complicated situation. It really is. And that's something I want to talk to Dr. Drew about. That's who I want to say, hey, Dr. Drew, what do you think in your realm of expertise as a doctor, not a TV personality? What do you think? Because, you know, I apologize to my brother, and I'll say that right now. It's the first time for letting his skeletons out of my closet.
Okay.
Because, and letting the skeletons out of his closet. Because I'm the kind of human being that I like to be held accountable for my actions. If I do something wrong, I'll tell you I'm doing it wrong. Or you'll know, and then I'll admit it to you. You know, I don't lie.
Does he know you're having a baby?
Of course, they haven't reached out, but they sent these messages, right? But I would never talk to Nick ever again if I heard a rumor from an ex-girlfriend that I broke up with that Nick wanted to kill Melanie and our unborn baby that's about to be here in 7 days. I would never send him a Christmas message. You'd just be cut, bro. But here's the thing: if I had responded to Angel's message she sent, or Nick's, 2.5 years for each one in jail.
What, if you break your restraining order?
At that time.
That would be, yeah. The strainer 3 years.
But so are you
3
saying
months go by, and then they email me, and if I responded, I sent it to my attorney. She says, unfortunately, they know that they can send message to you and that you cannot reciprocate anything, or else each message you respond to, it's 2.5 years in jail.
Damn. But are you saying you understand where Nick is coming from? That if someone told you that and you believed it, you know, that you would probably react the same way towards him?
No, I'm saying
he's saying that Nick sent him a Christmas message after.
No, that I get. But you're saying like if someone told you,
keep it off the internet, like.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Why are you putting it on the internet? You know, right before I went to rehab, he tweeted, oh, if you need rehab help after I got arrested for a DUI, And then that got dropped. I didn't have a DUI because I wasn't driving under the influence. I just hadn't been asleep for 2 days. And I was driving to the next venue in Alabama. He tweets, "Oh, if you need help in rehab, let me know." Dude, come on.
Right, don't tweet that.
And then I said to him, "Why did you tweet that?" "Oh, I didn't have your number." Okay, then DM it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't put it out there to make yourself look like this knight in shining armor.
For sure.
And that you're superior to everybody else in your family. Just because, and sorry, Nick, but bro, you've had like 3 felonies, homie.
What are his felonies?
He's had like 4 DUIs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, like he allegedly beat up Paris Hilton.
Oh, damn.
You know, I wasn't there. I was there, but I didn't see that. But that's what she claimed, and she put it out to the world. You know, and so a lot of his behavior, I didn't like. I didn't like how he always tried to act like a father figure, but wasn't, and tried to act like a brother, but didn't know how to be a brother. You know, and then I dealt with so much bullying and torturing when I grew up. Like, they were throwing me in water moccasin pits, and you know, take me 75 miles an hour tubing, like, and you know the danger of this kind of stuff. Like, 75 miles an hour tubing,
I had
you
tubing.
fall off, you're gonna something's
Putting
gonna
chicken
break.
in your jaw
My
strap and
first
going
ever-
over alligator pits.
Well, my first ever surgery
right.
was from a tubing accident.
Fuck, really?
There you go.
What'd you break?
There you go.
I didn't break anything. I had a hematoma in my leg, and they had to open it
Oh
up
my
to drain it
God.
out. You see that scar right there.
Wow.
How fast were you
Okay,
going?
so
I was going pretty good.
he's
I don't
probably
know.
doing 70, 75, 60, 70.
Yeah.
and
It
that's-
was when they whipped it, and because you're on the tube, your legs are
who
hanging
did
off. Kevo,
Oh, did he?
my buddy Kevo, and because he's like, "Oh, Steve thinks he's a stunt man. I'll fucking
We'll show
let
him.
have it."
Damn.
And then when you whip, like, you go around faster, and like my leg hit like a log in the water or something.
Oh, you hit a log.
I mean, must have.
Because even just the
But
water is
we were in the
hard.
Keys, bro. So like they're like doing that. Like, there's coral reefs around. There's, you know, it could slice you open a little bit, and then all of a sudden you'll have the lemon sharks and the bull sharks right on your ass.
Mm.
You know,
Well,
like,
yeah,
for
Poopies
real.
knows that.
Oh,
Like,
I
used to do shark diving. We would get on the front of like the Carolina skiffs, and we would jump on a lemon shark and flip them over and paralyze them, throw them in the boat, and then eat them.
Damn.
If your brother was here, would you ever do a podcast with your brother to hash things out, or is it a lot deeper than that? or?
He would never do it. He does the silent game. He trolls me so hard. He just released a song when he knows I'm releasing a song. When I was doing the boxing thing, he was posting pictures of him doing boxing. When I came back out after the Fantastics and I started touring again and making good money, I had a album called Aaron's Party, so I called the tour the After Party. Well, Nick just got finished doing a tour called the After Party, so he's nonstop copying and trolling his little brother. And bro, you're 42 years old. Leave it alone. Obviously, we don't get along. Obviously, I'm gonna be 34 in less than a month, and there is no reconciliation to have. I'm not even asking for an apology because they try to get a 5150 on me.
Mm-hmm. Steve
Like-
had that.
Yeah, I had that.
Steve had a 5250.
Yeah, I did. 5150 is a 72-hour involuntary psychiatric hold. 5250 is a 2-week involuntary.
I did not know that.
And what? So when you go in there, you're like,
That's what happens when you show up when they process you in for your 5150 and you spit on people and try to throw furniture. They change you to 5250.
You get the upgrade.
So that's okay.
You get, get an upgrade,
You
yeah.
get the upgrade. Damn.
Well, I mean, it was crazy because and then I saw, like, I was going on live, Instagram Live a lot, and just doing no Adam 20, no jumper Adam
yeah.
22 and Vlad TV and doing just different.
Those
kind
were
of
legendary interviews.
Yeah, and I got more coming up. I got on the 29th an interview I'm doing with Vlad TV again.
Cool.
And then I'm reaching out to do no jumper again, and then
The Adam 22 guy,
yeah,
he was a little bit combative.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree that they all are trying to get under my skin for the most part. Besides you,
Yeah.
Besides you, you've been the only one that
I mean,
actually.
I'm not trying to get under anybody's skin or
My life is controversial, though.
I think it's fascinating. You know, I think it's fascinating. Like the phenomena of your interviews have been
Big.
like they've been the Logan Paul one was particularly
impactful.
Particularly crazy.
Yeah, it was because that's when I first revealed about all the stuff with the rape stuff allegations with my brother.
That was on Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I mean,
and then I gave him my chain, and I got his chain, and
then.
But I like the guy. I think those guys are.
Did you see their after the fact their appraisal of like they said that the pendant on the chain you gave him had real diamonds.
Yeah.
But that the necklace had fake diamonds on it.
Yeah, I don't know why he said that. That's definitely not true. Because I brought a Presidium diamond tester and tested the diamonds right in front of him on the show. And then he gave me a necklace that I found out from Sonny the jeweler. It only cost $5,000 to make.
He said that it had been appraised at 15. The one he gave you.
He's a liar. I talked to Sonny the jeweler. That's the guy who made it. $5,000 it cost to make that necklace.
Oh. I like Logan Paul.
Me too.
I like Logan Paul a lot.
I love what they've been able to do, and they have a good work ethic and they work hard.
Dude, insane work ethic.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
For you, like, does like the feeling of success at such a young age, so much success, but you were kind of like probably pretty used to it at like 9 or something. Like, how does success feel differently now when you put out an album yourself and you get like 91 million streams? Is that, do you kind of realize like, this is what, like, what did it feel like as a kid and what does it feel like now?
It feels like I'm proud of it because it's my body of work. You know, it's not, like somebody else's tattoo that did it to you. You know, it's like you did the tattoo on yourself or something yourself. The gratification behind that is completely different. It's, the juxtaposition is just crazy from having an album that other producers do and then when you do your own body of work. But here's the caveat that now this album is being produced by Morgan Matthews and written by my best friend in Florida who's been on house arrest for eight months right now for written threat to kill. So like,
he's a hell of a writer.
Yeah, it's good squad.
He's got a lot of time on his hands.
Yeah, but the guy who's in prison or house arrest for written threat to kill is the writer of your album.
Yes.
So it's gonna
kill. And he's my best friend.
It's gonna kill. He's writing a lot of threats.
It's gonna murder. It's gonna murder.
Okay, so when you did the boxing thing, was that like a huge payday? Like people seem to be making a ton of money on the boxing thing.
Nope. I got $15,000. I found out that Lamar got 40, but I'm done with celebrity boxing. That's an exclusive. Damon, we're no longer doing business. Because I just got a deal to fight somebody bigger for $60K.
You did?
Okay.
With Fight TV with a different company.
And you're gonna take the fight?
That's what you get, Damon, for playing people short because I brought more ratings than you've ever had.
I think
that's my narcissistic side, by the way.
My personal view is that you versus Lamar Odom in a boxing match.
Completely unfair.
I think I don't think there's any shame in losing that fight.
At least I went in there.
You went in there.
It's like when Johnny went in there with Butterbean. You know what I mean?
Right.
Obviously, he knew he was gonna get messed up, but he was doing it to be like, the bigger the challenge. Let's go for it.
Sure, of course.
If I could have been a part of the Jackass, I would have. I would have made a great member of that show with you guys. You know what I mean?
There's no shame. There's no shame in losing a fight to Lamar Odom. And
he didn't knock me out. He only just gave me 2 concussions.
Okay.
Only 2.
I think that I'm appalled that you only made $15,000 on that.
He only gave me $15,000.
Was it? It was a pay-per-view event, right?
And he said the pay-per-view made no money.
So you're supposed to get a piece of the back end, but he just said there's nothing.
But nothing.
I don't think that sounds right because they were hyping it up on TMZ and shit. Like it's coming up. Like there's no way that didn't do some pay-per-view.
Well, that's where I have to say let go, let God, and just say. I don't want to waste my time with auditing him. I don't want to waste my time with hiring attorneys. Clearly, I was fucked over by the man and celebrity boxing, and I will no longer do business with them. And that's it. It's not personal. It's business, but now it became personal. So you can, I did so much work. I took out of that 15 grand that I made, I put 8 grand into training. And then he got me a couple of interviews, so maybe like 30 grand total with everything. But I put but that's like, $22,000. That's nothing. He paid Lamar Odom $40,000. I found out.
I mean, even perhaps celebrity boxing since then has become like all these YouTubers
I
boxing.
know, but this
and
was
shit.
recent as hell.
When was that? When did you fight Lamar
this
Odom?
was just last year.
Yeah, all right.
No, this
Not
year.
this year.
It was June.
This was like a few months ago.
This was like June. This was
Damn,
like
I didn't realize that.
This was June 9th.
Wow.
6 days after, or a few days after
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
sister who passed
fuck.
away's birthday in June 6th.
Fuck.
So I was appalled that, it's like, don't play me like that, like, because I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna find a platform, and I'm gonna find somebody, that's gonna, because I'm controversial. I say it the way it is. I'm not. You know what? I have a saying. I'm never going to be a prisoner to anybody's perception of me.
Good.
Yeah, it's the way to be.
You get it, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
It's like,
of course.
because then if you are, you have no identity. You're constantly trying to be what everyone else wants you to be.
Sure, and just trying to prove yourself. Even.
And trying to prove yourself,
Yeah.
and all that. And that's just too much
stoked.
energy and too much time spent.
Yeah,
doing
well,
that
it's kind of like what Steve was saying, like just ignoring those comments and just
Yeah,
getting,
dude.
Yeah,
just getting above
I've gotten
it
to
is
that
the way
point
to
now
be.
where I kind of look over it, but it's entertaining for me too, because listen, everybody says ignore. But we're not making a difference, guys, if we're ignoring them. If you're holding people accountable and making them go on FaceTime Live and showing their face, I mean, like, for me,
I don't know. You kind of give them what they want. They go to school the next day. They're like, dude, he put me on his live. Like, it was crazy.
no,
like,
I don't put them on. I embarrass them and I humiliate them.
Right,
And I give them what they
even
deserve.
Acknowledging
Because if you're-
negativity
Yeah, the
gives
acknowledgement,
energy.
I
Some
think
guy
is-
wrote a bad comment about me, and I saw it, and I was like, dude, that kind of hurt my feelings. And he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't even think you were going to read it. Like,
No,
and
but
it's like,
But I feel like trolls and people need to be held accountable, because you can't.
Yeah, but you
but it's all
can't be
fake.
Dad, here's a saying for you: silence is the deadliest weapon.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
fucking
it really
ignore
is,
them,
yeah.
like
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
By acknowledging negativity, it's like pouring water to grow it and feed it and nurture it.
Right.
And
But I still
gasoline on a
feel
fire.
That's right, gasoline on a fire.
water to grow it. It takes water to grow it.
I respect your opinion about that, but at the same time,
I see
For
some
me-
negative shit. It's block and delete, pal.
know
Yeah,
what?
we call it washing
but-
their mouth out with soap.
but for me, for some reason, it's much more heightened than other people.
Yeah.
It really is. I can't tell you. Like, look at the YouTube videos, guys. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm sure the
It's
hate's a
true.
little
much
bit.
more heightened.
That's true. It's
You
worse.
know, it's much worse because I have all the Backstreet Boy fans against me because of what happened with Nick.
That's true.
Oh man, that's gnarly. Here, I'm gonna lower this mic a little bit, and who's got a good joke?
Lux had some bangers
Lux had
last
some
night.
bangers the other day.
I forgot him already.
Ah,
though.
shit.
What do you
Why-
call a lesbian dinosaur?
A lick-a-lot-of-puss.
You like that?
Why did the monkey fall out of the tree? He's dead.
Because Nick shot it.
Hey, I have a quick question. I got a question for you. So say your son comes up to you when he's like 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Daddy, I love you.
Mhm.
I want to get in the music."
Ooh.
Do you say not a chance in hell or of course?
I say, well, he's not going to say I want to get into music. What's going to happen is that he's going to be raised not around technology. He's going to be raised around pianos, music, his daddy producing with his grandma, my mom picking blueberries at the Weeki River in Florida. We'll be in Colorado by that time, and he's going to be raised kind of like I was raised in the grunge days in the 90s and stuff,
Why was the strawberry so sad? Because his mom and dad were in a jam.
Jesus,
I have some, but I cannot say them.
Well, wait. So back to Scott's question.
I was talking about his
what did the
unborn
baby-
It's
child.
like the Norm Macdonald
What
show
did
all
the
of a
baby
sudden.
corn say to the mama corn?
What?
Where's popcorn?
What's Moby Dick's dad's name?
I
Papa Boner.
feel so alien. I feel so alienated right now. I feel like I needed these jokes in the last 3 years. Like,
Yeah.
like all this shit. Like,
I haven't thought about any of these jokes in years.
Oh my god, that's so great.
But wait, sorry. Back to Scott's question. What if your kid comes to you and he's like 10, and he's not saying I want to be a musician. He's saying, Dad, I want to be famous. Like, how do I?
No way.
Can I be famous?
No way in hell. I'm gonna say no way in hell.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
fame is the real. It's
I'm
not the
gonna say
music
way
that
in
you're
hell.
worried
It's not
about.
it's not fame.
Yeah.
It's not what it is. It's not money. It's not fame. You got to remember, I started at 7 years old in 1995, and I didn't have a wallet until I was 16 years old. I didn't do it for money. I did it because I wanted to do cartwheels, climb up palm trees. I can climb up a straight telephone pole. Like,
I'm down to see that.
I'll show you. I'll climb straight up that pole. I'll come right down.
Jumping in
Right
the pool.
on.
Like a monkey. No, seriously, better than anyone you've ever seen. Watch. I'll
epic.
show you guys after. Like, but no.
But yeah, so that's where the line would be. Like, if you want to get in music, you're like, that's dope. Make music. But if he was like, I want to be famous, I want to be a celebrity.
He
you'd be like,
probably
whoa.
will want to, because he'll see like me, and I'm not going to stop. I'm a solo artist, and I'm going to continue to evolve, and that's kind of where I'm going now with my music. It's more of like a Sting, Peter Gabriel type of vibe. So like a hybrid of that.
Cool.
And just real stories, real things relative in my life. But if he comes up to me and says, I want to be famous, I'm going to say, no. What's fame mean? This is what I'm going to ask him. What's famous mean? And I want to hear his answer.
Like hooking up with a lot of chicks
And then
making money.
But he's not going to be raised that way. He's not going to be on an iPad. He's not going to have Baby Shark drilled into his head for 2 years.
That's
Yeah.
good.
You know,
So
I'm appalled by that. With that Baby Shark, the parents that like literally turn it on
What's
for their
Baby
kid.
Shark?
Baby Shark. Do, 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 do,
Oh,
do.
yeah.
So parents literally play it to shut their kids up. All kinds of different things, and I'm appalled by it.
It's so funny when parents are like, oh, all the kids shows, like, I hate the kids shows, but the kids love them. Like, if you never show them that, they'll never want it, like, show them, like, Seinfeld or whatever you want to watch, and they'll be like, oh, this is what TV is.
I think my kid is going to be hopefully into all like the Marvel stuff, because I'm a huge fan of Marvel and like
Nice.
Chris Hemsworth.
But not
and-
like Paw Patrol. Like,
and-
I would just
and
never show
I'm a
my
big
kid
fan
Paw
of
Patrol.
Robert Downey Jr. because him and I both went to McCollum Hall at Betty Ford Center.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a huge super guy.
You guys get any touring and stuff like coming up?
Yeah, we're working on the touring right now. Right now, it's important and imperative for me to be there for the first couple of years, for my son's life. So I'll
Yeah.
start up again maybe in a year. Like I'm releasing the project, and then I'm releasing the album on my mom's birthday, March 9th. So, to commemorate, thank her for giving up her dreams to give me and Nick ours. And that's something that another reason why I have a problem with my brother is because he doesn't give her, like, even though she suffers from alcoholism. I put her in rehab 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And took her to the doctors who helped me. And then that's when I came out for the first time about actually being, I said on the doctors, I lied to all the world and I want to tell the truth. I went to rehab for huffing duster cans.
Good, man. So we got the touring's just kind of on the back burner.
Yeah, it is.
We're working on the
I'm
book.
doing like one-off shows, working on the book. I'll wait. I'm a very patient person, so I wait for the right energy to approach me. I'm in no rush, So I'm definitely gonna take your advice now. By the way, so I'll give you a shout out on the back of the book.
Cool, man, yeah.
No, for real, because I
Yeah.
think that's a brilliant idea, is to have the editor, work out the book first and then write it out.
Yeah.
And
Don't write.
that's
Don't
brilliant.
no
That's
handwriting
brilliant.
until you've got a dope.
No,
book.
that's brilliant. But
Yeah.
but it's also brilliant to come out with a book like that, because then it makes it more art. It makes it
Yeah,
more of an art
it's cool.
piece, because you guys
buy
have to
it.
see the person's writing, like a Declaration of Independence,
Right.
Or
And you can
whatever.
like doodle in the sides or whatever. It'll be like kind of
Yeah,
other shit
exactly.
to it, I
Or
would
there
think.
could be hidden little like little cryptic messages in there,
Oh.
Right.
little things.
The Declaration of Aaron Carter.
So what other stuff? We got the clothing line. Is that out and available?
Oh yeah, the clothing line is on AaronCarter.com. I
AaronCarter.com.
I also have a clothing line called Baby Love, which is for babies.
Okay,
little
good.
jumpers
And that's
stuff
at
like-
AaronCarter.com.
Yeah, that's at AaronCarter.com too.
What other stuff are we promoting?
I have OnlyFans too,
Wow.
and
okay.
I do about 50 or 60K a month.
50 or 60K
Damn.
a
What do you-
month
what do you
on
do on there?
OnlyFans.
I do a little bit of everything. I'm the way I'm talking to you is no different than how I would be on an X-rated site.
So you show your dick on there?
Oh yeah, I flip it around.
You got a pretty big dick?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Nice, dude.
You know.
I guess OnlyFans is a big revenue stream. We got music.
Are you being for real?
No, I just no,
I think it's how he's
You really have OnlyFans?
absolutely. I do.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
do you whip your dick out on there?
I cleared $535,000 last year.
From OF?
Yeah, so
From the
I
OF.
I have an OnlyFans, and it does great, and it's crazy because my
This
fiance.
camera just overheated.
Okay.
We got that one.
Yeah, you're
So basically, my fiance was on OnlyFans when I met her, and I said, I'll do OnlyFans instead. And she was like, well, if you can make $5,000 in a month, then I'll quit. I made $70,000 in 3 days.
Nice.
And then I
dude.
was like, well, guess you got to get off of it.
Good.
And it's so I have that. I have the clothing line. I have I'm into classic cars. So
we saw a lot of cars in the
yeah,
driveway.
I have my Duster on the way right now. My Plymouth Duster on the way. I have also a '69 RS SS Camaro with the aluminum small block in it on the way. So, and then a Cadillac. I got a
You're
72
super active
Cadillac.
on Instagram too.
Yeah, oh yeah, super active. Yeah,
Okay.
I do lives all the time, almost like a reality show for people.
Okay,
Like I make
good.
it very involved, and I think that's where a lot of the extra haters come from. And I don't give as much attention to them as it seems like I'm saying, but it pisses me off, bro. Like
Right.
it really because then I think to myself, what if there's somebody that is a professional and a producer or something that's watching this and they see this stuff, then are they going to believe it?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Exactly. We don't know. We never know. We never know. If you get a comment from a smear campaign person that says, "Oh, he's a pedophile" or something, right? Which is like one of the number one things they like to do to people to ruin them, claim that they're a pedophile. Oh, he's a pedophile, and then someone sees like 200 likes on that post, right? Oh, automatically they're going to believe it. But then if you click on the likes, you'll see that they're bot accounts, mice, and 0 posts, no followers. All they follow is me.
Right.
1 follower is just me. They pay attention to my every move, and it's scary.
Is there anything else that we want to plug? Of course, the song.
Honestly, I would love to. I obviously everyone knows, but I just want to plug that. It's an honor being here with you.
Dude, I appreciate that,
And
man.
I'm very excited for Jackass 4.
Dude, I'm gonna follow you again on Twitter.
I wish I got. Yeah, I will too. And IG.
And IG.
And IG.
Yeah, dude.
And we'll swap numbers. But I would love to. If there's ever anything going on and you guys are doing some goofy stuff, man,
Yeah, we're going
just
to come
hit me
back and
up.
film with you, dude.
But
we
just
gotta
hit
do
me
the
up and call
tattoo,
me,
bro.
man.
We'll
I'm
make a whole
down
day
to
of
do
it.
anything.
Okay.
I'm a daredevil. I love doing this stuff.
Aaron Carter. It's just like that. AARON
Yeah.
Carter on IG. I just hit the follow on there.
There you go.
And I'm going to do the same on Twitter. All right, dude. Well, fucking say what's up to Dr. Drew for me.
Yeah, I will.
And,
I will. Yeah, because
and
I know he helped you out a lot, right?
Yeah, dude, big time. I
Yeah.
love Dr. Drew. And yeah, let's get together and do some tattoos that aren't on your face.
Yeah. And if you guys ever if you ever do a Jackass 5, please bring me in. I would love to be in.
That's not my call, but
That's okay.
Check
Well,
out Sparkle
I'll bring
Good
some.
word.
I'll bring some good ratings. Don't worry.
For sure.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
man.
Thanks,
Thank you,
dude. This was
brother.
awesome.
yeah, dude. What'd you think of Aaron Carter?
Dude, he's the most likable guest I think we've had, and I kind of want to hang out with him.
He's definitely friendly. He's easy to get along with. I think he's also polarizing. But what I'm really glad about is that, unlike a lot of interviews that we heard about, that we saw, where people just like went after him, we didn't really,
Yeah,
we tried to keep him honest. We
What did we say? we weren't dicks, but we weren't pussies. Who said that? Paul said we weren't dicks on the episode, and we weren't pussies either.
Yeah, for sure. And so, look here, dude. I don't want to like burn up a lot of time. But of course we'll be in the chat. I don't know that episode. I thought that I was a little bit all over the place. I don't know if it was my best job as a podcaster. I'll be sensitive to that in the live chat, but not nearly as sensitive as I am to the news that came from the gorgeous Paul Brisky. Do you want to?
Well, come February, I'm going to be moving on. Is that what you're telling? That's what you want me to say, right?
I mean, dude, but
You're acting surprised.
Dude, yeah, I'm surprised that you make it sound so finished and official.
I know,
I thought it was a possibility.
Okay, come February, there's a strong possibility that I'll be moving on to a new chapter of my life, maybe moving to Tucson. Who knows? But I love you guys. Love Steve-O. Love the wild ride. AC for life.
No!